Good morning. Welcome everyone to whatever it is I do. The brain fog is still there. It's Presence of Light with Charlie Riverman Bergeron. It's always funny how I have come to uh, accept brain fog and not disturb my joy, knowing that most of what we need to know is already there within us. And it's okay if we can't access it. This is not the topic of today, but I just bring that up in the beginning for many of you who have what I would call a memory disability. And it's irregardless of where it came from or how severe it is. I want you to know that within yourself, you are still this beautiful soul, that you are still a loving being, and that no matter what we remember or don't remember, doesn't change who we are, for we are divine beings. Good morning, Victoria. Welcome. And bless you and your beautiful children. Today's topic, now that I got off my distraction, is unity and cohesion. And it's funny how unity and cohesion came to me this morning as I awakened. And here in New England of the USA, we are getting bombarded by extreme cold and high winds from the west northwest. And so we're expected to go very, very deep into the frigid zone. And it's in many ways frightening. Many of us don't have generators if the power goes out, and we've got high winds and freezing cold temperatures. So it's not a good combination. And I think all of us realize that fear is something that keeps us from being who we truly are. And fear can arise from a number of different situations around the world. Each one of you have different local situations that create fear. You have perhaps governments that create fear. You have family members that create fear in you. So fear is really a natural part of our life. Fear and trauma, yes, Marius, fear and trauma. And right now that's being even expanded in many ways. And so, as I said this morning, the fear of that natural shifting of energy of planet Earth created some fear. When I looked at it, I realized that this is what we've been going through for many thousands of years, and it will continue into the future. The difference that I see right now is that each of us have an opportunity to get rid of some of the triggers within us that create fear. And when I asked my guides to direct me on this, what really came through that no matter how the cold and the wind, the severe weather, can create suffering, separation, and loss for many of us, be it here in New England or around the world. We are now in a new year, 2023, which in many ways I have seen as a new page. Turn the page. And as we turn the page, it's blank. If we turn it back, we have all of this stuff that's brought us to this point, but we have an opportunity with 2023 to create a new story. And the new story is not only personal, but it's collective. And so the title today, Unity and Cohesion, is not necessarily the greater whole, although it is. It's also the microcosm within us. How do we create unity and cohesion within ourselves? As I said, as you know, everything around us is creating this energy. And it doesn't matter who's creating it or how it's created. What matters is how much of it we absorb and what that absorption does to our brain and from our brain to the rest of our body. I say this for the simple reason is that even if we didn't hear it or see it, the energy that it creates, we would feel. So even if you stopped reading everything, stopped listening to everything, went into a cave and hid yourself away, you would still feel the collective energy that is transpiring from the instability of humanity. And that's just coming to me right now, the instability of humanity. It's nothing to fear. It's something that we are here to correct. That many of us who are being born now are going to be those who are going to do the heavy duty work of that correction. We as who are here now, it's our sort of challenge or opportunity to prepare the way to clean off the path for them to do that, to correct what has been distorted over thousands of years. Again, the title is Unity and Cohesion. And we will learn to sing this song of unity and cohesion. A quote from Rumi caught my attention as I was looking for help on how to think about this. And Rumi expressed it in this way. A heart filled with love is like a phoenix that no cage can imprison. And I'm going to paste that in the chats, okay, for each of you. Because this is who we are, and this is what we do. We have this heart that not only keeps us physically alive here, it was the first independent operation of our physical body other than within our mother's womb. It was our first step into living experience is when that heart started pumping. And then it sent signals to the brain. The brain didn't have any, it was a blank space. It was a blank hard drive in the physical sense. What I want everybody to understand is that our brain is not just in our human mind. It also has a connection with what we call other dimensions. And right now, I think I've said this before, if not here, I've said it elsewhere, is that all of our memory is not stored here in this brain. When we're in the dream time, we're pulling information through from other things. When we're in a trance, we pull things from other dimensions. And that's the only way I can describe them in this moment. I'm not a scientist, but I witness that as I have this, just to go back to my brain fog and the memory loss, I know that it exists there. What's happened is my ability to connect to it has been rearranged in my brain by whatever means that it happened. And right now, that's irrelevant. What's relevant is that we recognize that we didn't lose anything. Okay? We've been made to believe a lot of things based on what other people want us to believe. They don't necessarily mean they're the truth. The truth lies within us. The truth is always within us. We always carry the truth, but it gets buried underneath programs and teachings. And if you look at the history of humanity and what it's been taught over years, you see some civilizations believed in one thing, and then all of a sudden somebody took charge and they believed something else, and they believe and they believe and they believe and they believe. So when I look at this, I say, no wonder we're confused. No wonder we don't understand where we are. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not putting the fault on anyone. But what I want to remind people is that right now, in 2023, this is the beginning of remembering who we are, what we are capable of, and to turn down the volume, if you will, of all of that information that's being broadcast to you that are only for the purpose of someone else to be enabled to have power over you, rather than empower you to be your true self. I hope that came out right. That was coming through me as I spoke it. So sometimes I'm not really quite sure. And I just allow it to flow. So it's always a joy to be here and to oh, there it goes. I didn't press the send button on Rumi's thing. So the interesting part of all of this, unity and cohesion, is basically like a song. It's a song of unity and peace for all. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? And it is a dream. It is a dream that each of us can envision and each of us can dream. And the more we dream about it and the more we think about it, the more we have to ask ourselves, how can I tap into that? How can I be a part of that? Not just for myself, but for my children, my grandchildren, my future generations. How can I do that to eradicate some of the pain and suffering of the past? Simply put, unity refers to harmony and balance. Move my notes over here somewhere. There you go. There's never a good place for notes. But simply put, unity refers to a harmony and balance of energy that is not only renewable, but also a vibrational frequency of light that is available within us. And I put that in the headline note of what today's topic was about. And what it is, it's the source of peace that can only be imprisoned, not destroyed. So when we think of peace and there's no peace, where did it go? What's happened is peace is a natural vibration of planet Earth. In spite of all that we see, the volcanoes, the storms, the wind, it's really, when you look at planet Earth in the scope of our universe, what do you see? That blue marble. It's very peaceful. The image that you get from it is peaceful. Many of the other planets show life, but it's not the same. It doesn't have the same energy. And so when we tap into Mother Earth and we align with Mother Earth, automatically we are not imprisoned by anybody. We are free spirits. We are able to move in the energy fields. And the energy fields of Mother Earth, in spite of all of the, what we call distortion and the winds and the destruction, it's really one of wholeness and peace. And change occurs. And when change occurs, we have disturbances. So we're basically on a different wavelength. Yet, for us, it's the peace that we need to tap into. And that's my mission this year, is how do I find peace within myself? When I'm triggered by things outside of me or things that are happening, how can I bring myself back into a place of peace? And I suggest you do the same thing for yourself, is notice when you're not at peace. Notice when you're not whole, in a state of unity. Notice when your thoughts are not cohesive, they're scattered, they're not connected. Know in that moment that you are no longer aligned with the truth of who you are. It's not good or bad. Just become aware and say, oh, I have to, let me pause. Let me take a pause. Let me ask, what is the disturbance that I'm recognizing? And know that that is only the outer shell of something within that shell. But we need to take the time to become aware that most of the time when we get upset and erratic, we are not doing it because we want to be that. We're doing it because something outside of us in the energetic field is creating a wavelength, if you will, of disturbance in which we are no longer aligning within us. Marius' mother says, Mother Earth is our paradise. It is. And we are inhabitants in that paradise. And when we look at what's happened to our paradise, we can only weep. We can only watch something devour the beauty, something destroy the presence. And in that moment is the message, let us come to peace and find a way within ourselves how we can come back together in unity, one humanity, not 150 different nations, different religions, different. It's not going to change and end it, but in our hearts, can we come back and say, we are here. We are the children of Mother Earth, as well as the children of what we call God, Creator. How do we honor her? How do we come back into unity with her? How do we create a cohesive connection, one in which not only Mother Earth enriches us, but we enrich Mother Earth? So that's the message for me this morning for you all. And the reality is we need to reunite within our own hearts first. This is how we do it. We come into our own hearts, our own heart space, and we offer peace to ourselves. How you do that will be uniquely your choice. There is no one singular way. As there are billions of us, there are billions of different ways to do it and different levels. The reality of all of this is that you, as an individual being, need to make that choice that you want peace within yourself. You want to end the chaos. You want to end the high winds. You want to end the freezing cold within you. Because what we're witnessing outside as an environmental crisis is exactly what's happening within us. And we're never going to be able to control what's happening outside of us if we can't control what's happening within us. So the unification begins here. Bring ourselves into unity consciousness. And then connect with other people who are doing the same. And explain and expand and teach and convey what are we doing with others that can help even those who will never see us, never know us. Every night I do a kirtan session with Tony, who is a guitarist, and he's the host, and I send light energy. It's on Good of the Whole at 10 p.m. You're more than welcome to join us and sing along with us. The words are written. We send this out to the world, and it's repetitive. We do the same songs. Sometimes we change, but not very often. And it'll be almost 2 years we've done this every night. Not missed one single night of broadcasting this to the world. And in that moment, we send peace, light, and love, not only to those who are there, not only do they feel it from singing the mantras with us and the sound, vibration, but we send it to the world. You might say, well, what does that do? Well, I look at it this way. It's my gift to you, each of you who don't even know me, who will never hear that music, because it resonates in the atmosphere just as much as the radio waves and all these waves from technology. So even though it's one tiny drop of water in the ocean, it's still a part of the ocean. And the more of us that drop a beautiful, pure drop of water in the ocean, the sooner it will clean up. It's that simple. And it offers you an opportunity to take pride in yourself, to be thankful to yourself that you can be kind without spending money, without having to do anything physical if you're not physically able, but just by your intention and your simple action in your own home, you can share energy that is positive, that is peaceful, and that is whole with everyone. Let us reunite because it's in the wavelength. It's when we unlock our hearts from fear. It's when we move from duality to wholeness that everything changes. And what better way to spend your life doing kind things and nice things for others who will never know you, never know what you did, just from your heart. Realigning with your heart. Not the brain that says, no, you can't do that, that's stupid. No, you can't do that. No, you got to do this. No, you got to, no, you need to vote for this one or that one. Or this is what we're going to do, and we're going to direct you, and we're going to make you crazy in your brain. Because that's what they do. We're not crazy. We never were crazy. We've been made crazy. If you don't like that word, use the word confused. I believe they're pretty similar. So I'll leave you with this, is that each of us have an opportunity to change the world right now with 2023 by coming back into our hearts and knowing that the pathway is open now. It's cleared. If you choose to find a path of peace and harmony, it will honor you as much as you honor it. And on that road, that path, you will meet others like you. And then as we meet others, the unified field becomes larger and larger and larger. And they can't bomb it. They can't run their tanks on it because it's not a physical path. It's the path from your heart to your brain. And it's open now. Allow your heart to speak to your brain. I want to read you something. It's a book called The Wondrous Journey into the Depth of Our Being by Eli Ciara. It's his writings that somebody put into a book. And I had the privilege of reading these before they were published. But there's a set of 3 that I know of. Anyway, this one's called The Fulfillment. So in closing, I will read this to you. The fulfillment, empty of time and space. We are sacred unity. Body and mind is one, integrated into eternity. Our purpose on earth lies in this realization as an intrinsic law based on love. There are no expectations, no desires, images, just a direct, immediate experience. writing life's holy pages. Clear, attentive, we just watch what is. The mind frequently strays, running like mad, inebriated by time. This encounter dissipates it, integration ensues, a supreme experience. Through it, we become eternity. Bless you, brothers and sisters. Know that in your hearts you hold all of the power of creation. You are creators. And as co-creators, we can shift and change everything and bring it back into a world of unity and cohesiveness where we all enrich each other. Bless you, Victoria, for your beautiful words here. And those of you who have been here with me this morning, I will let you return to your day and please think about what you can do simply in your own home, in your own heart. Doesn't cost any money. You don't need to feed it. Just sit within yourself and envision what would be, what life would be for you, your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors, your family, if we all came back into our hearts and ran the world from there rather than from here. Have a great week. Bless you all. And thank you for your beautiful presence. It's always a joy. And I think because of my brain fog and sleep patterns, I will probably be doing this talk. I think I'm going to do it at 10:30 every Friday morning rather than 10. It allows me more time to prepare. So keep that in mind, and when I post it, the new change will be there. So blessings, everyone, and happy February, wherever you are around the world.